If you are here, you know what a scapegoat is. A scapegoat is someone in the family who's generally the youngest, who has to take on all the emotional poison of the entire family and is generally to blame for everything, is generally the bad one, is different, is too sensitive, is too artistic, is too disordered, is you know, they're kind of treated like the bastard child. Just not the one that's not worthy of love. That's where we dump all our stuff. So that's the scapegoat. I know this. I know this because I know this. You know what I'm saying? So, born into this world, were we not? And my personal born into this world story was we wanted a son so bad. And when you were born, your mother looked up at me and said, "I'm sorry." And we couldn't figure out your name for 3 days, so it was supposed to be Matthew. So we picked a random name out of a name book and named you Christina. And your mom wanted it with a K. That's the story of my birth, so you can guess how this girl lived her life. Not being revered for being a woman, not being wanted, not being important, being a burden, not being right, always being wrong. So this created an identity, and a very sad one, a very heartbroken one. And I remember being either neglected, abused, disrespected, or dehumanized. I don't remember happy memories of interacting with my family. I used to beg the sky and the spirit to go home. I wanted to go home. I was born on the wrong planet, in the wrong place, but later I learned that this was all part of the plan, and it's part of your plan too. So what we have is, I was a child, I was like 3 years old, and my first memory of life on earth was being utterly confused because I knew that life was love, family was love, and I was love. Unconditional love, that's what it's supposed to be. And everything here is conditional. Everything. And so if you are not what people want you to be, you don't get that love. You gotta be who I want you to be. So I spent my whole life trying to be what other people wanted me to be, trying to fit in, trying to play the role, always playing this role and fitting in, just kind of sliding around because I don't really fit in anywhere, right? And every time I tried to fit in and be normal, I got very miserable and went back into isolation. And then I'll try something else. And that was the series of my life, because I had all of this negative programming. So conditioning, that's what it's called. So the conditioning of what you are told creates patterns. And then you live as you grow into a human being, as into an adult. That inner child is always in you. So we get connected because our heart was broken very young. And we go through life looking for love because it was just kind of beat out of us that we didn't deserve love, right? That we didn't matter, we don't deserve love, and we're wrong, and all that stuff. And so that created this need for it externally. But how you become the goat is this wall of remembrance. So you have to go through all of these patterns and all of, every single thing everyone ever said to you that you took in as your identity. And you literally have to shed this identity to be and remember, literally remember, through feeling the pain. And this is the Great Awakening, right? that you have and this journey that you have in between you, who is operating from their heart and happy to be me, I'm happy to be alive. And that's truly what the goat is. The goat doesn't need to be like a multi-billionaire. They can, right? Whatever floats your fucking boat, yeah? So how to go from this to this is what I teach. How to go from always being brokenhearted, isolated, sad, and lackey, or whatever, loss, separation, not love. This is not love. Basically, this is not love, and this is self-love. And self-love is the great freedom. It is the great freedom because love is God, is life, is you, is me, and it's not outside of us, it's within. So when we remember our heart and our own love within and our own truth above all other people's stupid judgments based on their conditions and judgments and patterns and perceptions and projections, right? When you realize that everybody's been programmed with some kind of not love, so you really can't take anything personally because we took this really personally, right? Because we don't fucking know any better when we're children, so we just took it real personally. Like, oh, I guess this is who I am. Like, it's not. It's fucking not who you are. And so you have to go through all of that feeling and alchemizing and purging that poison. It's literally like poison which exists within you. And I scoured the world, trying to figure out shamans or people like religions, like someone who could fucking help me because I had such an identity issue. I didn't even know who I was, right? And I didn't know what life was. I didn't know what meaning was. And that was what I set out to do. What's the fucking meaning of life? Who the fuck am I? And what is love? And it turns out they're all the same thing. It's all one. It's all one. And so when we get here, then we're just like, okay, I'm just going to make this fucking video and talk about it. And I'm going to do stuff. I'm going to do what I want to do now. And I can speak my truth. And I can speak because I'm not afraid anymore. Because this person, very afraid, very controlled. This person, not fucking controlled. Love is wild. It's uncontrollable. It's so interesting. Like, you don't really want to control things when you love. Love, control is not love. So this is the wall of codependency. And it is where we become dependent on external things and try to control them, which is not for us to control others. It is only for us to understand ourselves and then operate from there. And this is more like flowing on a current. And this is like being stuck in a box. This is literally a current, like a frequency of your own self. That where your intelligence is just going, right? Like you're just this channel of clarity, right? Because this person, it was so stuck in all of this fog. There's so many layers to get through, smoke and mirrors, right? Gaslighting, just illusion. This is all illusion. The truth is that we literally are love. Infinite love is the only truth. Everything else is an illusion. So this is sorting through all of that illusion. And that is the great awakening and the great freedom. Yay! There's like nothing more important to talk about. So here we go. And that's what I help people with. If you're going through it, I got you.